Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's podcast with TalkOnTopicz. I am here with Thomas Davis. He's a counselor with Limitless Possibilities, and he's here today to share all about what he's doing with Limitless Possibilities and about his services. So, without further ado, hi, Thomas. How are you?
Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing well.
Doing very well, thank you. Um, so you are a counselor at Limitless Possibilities. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I am the owner of Limitless Possibilities, where we are stationed here in Washington, D.C. We are excited to be able to provide mental health services for all clients, all individuals who are walking on this great dynamic land. I'm a licensed professional counselor in Maryland as well as in D.C. And within a couple of weeks, I will be also licensed in Virginia. So
Wow.
I'm just excited to be able to provide mental health services for all individuals from the age of 5 all the way up.
Do you offer services online through your
Yes,
website?
we also provide online counseling services where individuals who are not ready to be in the public yet because of the pandemic. We do offer online counseling services as well as we also do home visits as well, and we provide
Wow.
services within the homes and within the communities. One of the things I love about Limitless Possibilities is what the name says. It's limitless. It's opportunities for us as the therapists to be able to reach our clients where they are.
Tell me, Thomas, how did you find Limitless Possibilities? What was the inspiration behind creating this brand?
Thank you. That's an awesome question. So honestly, when I was younger, we used to play school. I'm from a little small city called Danville, Virginia. So we are in the country, and we used to play school back in the day. And so I would always find myself either in an administrative role or in a counselor role. And so
Mm.
I've always had this passion at the early age, and I always wanted to be able to provide that listening ear for someone who feels that they can't make it, someone who just need a pick me up, because that was what I had growing up. One of
Mm.
the things that I can just publicly share is that I am a product of a single family home, and I had neighbors, I had my pastors, I had friends, I had my friends' parents who assisted my mother while she worked to assist in raising and making me who I am now. And so what I wanted to do and what I am doing is actually providing those same opportunities for other individuals who may feel the need that they don't have those supports, or they are in situations to where they feel like they can't make it.
Wow. Do you specialize in any special type of counseling?
Yeah, so another great question. So to be honest, I am a Adlerian therapist. I love Alfred Adler, but I'm also eclectic, which I also provide services under um, reality-based therapy, trauma focused,
Mm.
grief and loss. We do a lot of CBT, which is cognitive behavior therapy techniques. We provide a array of techniques and modalities to fit our clients. One thing that I wanted to make sure that myself, as well as my other team of therapists, we do is that we don't put a client in the box. So we
Mm.
have strategic interventions for all of our clients. We do not do the same services, the same interventions, the same techniques for all of our clients. Everyone has their own walk of life. I used this example on yesterday.
Mhm.
I had the opportunity to sit as a support person for World's AIDS Day here in Washington D.C., and we was providing resources there about counseling services. And one of the things that I stated was, if it takes a client to walk around the block 4 times to calm down or figure out what is needed to be done, that's what we do. We are not an in the box type of therapies. We are not a in the box type of agency. I believe that we have to find where our clients are and ensuring that we are being there to meet them. Because at the end of the day, the success is not about us. The success is when that client says, "You helped me, I got this, and thank you for all that you have done for me." And one of the things that I make sure that I'm not doing is making sure that sessions are all about me. Sessions are about the client growth. Sessions are about the client feeling empowered. The client telling the therapist sometimes, I don't think I like their intervention. So what will work for you? And that's what therapy is really about, is finding what works and being consistent, being present, engaging, responding, and not using those negative words as
Mm.
mistakes. I don't use that word because there is no such thing as a mistake. There is things called life lessons and
Mm.
lessons learned, but we don't use negative words here at Limitless Possibilities.
Wow. That sounds awesome. It sounds like you guys are doing some great stuff over there.
Yes, ma'am.
Transforming lives.
Yes, yes. And our motto is, at the end of the day, there are still opportunities for you to know that your possibilities are limitless. It's just not a name that I came up with. I had to understand, for me being a country boy, honestly, I have a small stutter, and for years, I never wanted to be in the public view. I never
Mm.
wanted to be that person that would be shining out. But I had to
Mhm.
realize that my story, my challenges is helping someone else out here to know that if that country boy can be comfortable in being who he is, so can I. And so I use my imperfections to
Mm.
let others know you can still do the same thing that you desire and aspire to do if you just be consistent and not allow those negative thoughts, those negative thinking, that stinking thinking, that all of that stuff that will keep you from doing what you want to do. You got to block that out. And so that's what I do.
Wow. So, what would you tell someone struggling with negativity, struggling with procrastination, and to get themselves back in the game of life? Maybe they just suffered a divorce or um, losing their job, with everything that's going on in this pandemic. What would you tell someone possibly?
Great question. So one of the things that I would just definitely would say to them, I use this acronym called ART. We know what art is. Art is an artist. Art is an artist, whether it's a painter, a dancer, a musician, whatever it is that the word art means to that particular person. It's three letters, but it's powerful meanings: the A, the R, and the T. The first thing is the A. We have to learn to accept those things. We got to accept the fact that I am here. We have to accept the fact that that relationship wasn't there. We have to accept the fact that I'm being lazy. I'm just
Mm.
procrastinating.
Wow.
Once we accept it, then we got to do that R, recognize it. There's a difference between accepting and recognizing it, because when I accept it, I say, okay, this is what it is. But then when I recognize that thing, what are you recognizing? I'm
Mhm.
recognizing, why am I procrastinating? Why am I stuck in the rut? Why am I doing all of these things? So once you begin to recognize with the why, then we can do that word, that letter called T, which is transition, transform, transfer. Make those adjustments. Figure out, what do you need in order to be successful. Because at
Mhm.
the end of the day, why I use the acronym ART is simply because of this. An artist has a vision. An artist has a purpose. An artist has a design. An
Right.
artist is going to do some shading. They're going to do add some white and some dark to cover up the blemishes. Kind of like life, right? We have
Yeah.
to cover up those things. And once we use that art and we know what we need to cover up, we know what we need to move as artists or dancers. Once we know what we need to shake and groove, then you will be able to not continue to procrastinate, because we
Mm.
all have those moments. Therapists are included. We are sometimes lazy. We get stuck in a rut. We don't want to learn new interventions, but we got to understand, as life continues to change and evolve, so should we. So I
Yeah.
would encourage someone that is listening to understand your purpose and find your art, find your passion, find your picture, and find your move. And let's get to moving together, because you are able and possible to become who you desire and will become. Not what you want, but will
Mhm.
become.
That's right. I love it. Well, thank you so much for your time. I want the audience, in case anybody out there wants some services or wants to reach out to you, what's your social tag, your website information? How can my viewers reach out to you?
Thank you so much for this invitation. And if I may add this one other component that we have here at
Sure.
Limitless Possibilities, we also understand, because I'm seated here, y'all, in Washington, D.C. We are in the nation's capital providing mental health services. But I've also realized not everyone needs a therapist. Sometimes people need life coaches. Sometimes people need someone to just talk to, go out in the community, learn how to reintegrate with the word COVID. How do I go back out and not be fearful of the fact that I don't want to catch COVID? So we have this new mentoring program called AIM, accelerating, illuminating, and magnifying your full potential. We got to accelerate some things in our lives. We got to move forward instead of keep looking at where we come from. We got to magnify that thing that we really want to hone in on and magnify it and make it a big thing. And once you do that, the illumination is also going to be there as well because you're going to see it. It's going to be bright. It's going to be present. So I am excited to let everyone know that we also have a mentoring program as well called AIM, accelerating, illuminating, and magnifying your full potential. But to your question, you can follow us on Limitless Outcomes on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook at Limitless Possibilities. And you can visit us on YouTube, which is Limitless Possibilities LLC. And lastly, our website, Limitless Possibilities for FORUYOU.com.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You said the AIMS program, right?
Yes, AIM.
The AIMS program, you are offering people who want to, I just want to understand, this is a program for individuals who are coming maybe back into the workforce or just, adjusting back in.
It's like a mentoring program. So it's
Okay.
called a clinical mentoring program because we add a little bit of the clinical approaches. And what I mean by that from a mentoring standpoint, we teach those self-regulation strategies. How do you breathe when you're going back into the community? We role play. If someone has social anxiety because they don't want to go out because someone is coughing, we role play that. So we sit in a session, we sit in the atmosphere at a Starbucks, and maybe the mentor may cough, and we process what was the response. How did it make you feel? What were some of your thoughts? And so we teach them how to socialize and reintegrate and being back in the community. So it is a clinical mentoring program, again, from the ages of 5 all the way up. How we are funded through the mentoring program, a lot of people are paying out of pocket. We get agreements, we get RFPs, we get contracts with different agencies because we understand that sometimes people just need to have someone to say, let me push you a little further and you got this. Because everyone don't need therapy. And I wanted Limitless Possibilities to be a well-versed organization that meets everyone's needs. And lastly, ma'am, we don't discriminate. We support everybody. If you follow me on social media, I am famous from saying la di da to everybody. I'm telling my age, y'all. But we work with youth, young adults, in prison, out of prison, jail, whatever it is, LGBTQ plus, whatever it is, whoever it is that says, I need someone to talk to or I need a mentor, you come to Limitless Possibilities and we welcome each and everyone with open arms.
Well, you all heard it. Limitless Possibilities.
Thank
you
you.
Need counseling, therapy, or someone just to talk to, you know where to get it. Thank you all for tuning in. Limitless Possibilities. Talk on Topics. Bye.